Alright, so we're finally bringing back the dual engine project. Now, this thing kind of turned into a rust bucket since the last video, but, you know, it's whatever. I still need to paint this. But today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on the engines in this video. Alright, so for the people who don't remember, these are Tillotson 212 engines. They're from Go Power Sports, and they are 10 horsepower stock. Now, I did say that wrong in the last video when I installed these engines. I said that they're stock 6.5 horsepower like Predator engines, but no, I was wrong. These are stock 10 horsepower. So, I want to see how much more power I can get out of these engines. So this is a 20 horsepower setup. This is, 10 horsepower to each wheel. I want to put stage 3 performance parts on these engines and see how much more power I can get out of these, because right now it has like just enough power to get going and also have enough gearing to go decently fast, but I want this thing to be an off-road vehicle. I don't want to have to be worried about, am I going to make this up this hill off-road? So, anyway, let's take these engines off, drain the oil out of them, and install all the new parts that Go Power Sports sent me. So, I don't have a piston ring compressor. It's kind of late. Stores are closed right now. I don't feel like waiting until tomorrow to do this. So, I'm gonna have to improvise using a tiny screwdriver. So for those who are mechanics, you may want to look away now. Alright, so Go Power Sports did give me their billet aluminum flywheels to put on this engine, but because these engines have electric start and these generating coils, these pulleys will not work, or these flywheels will not work with this engine. So, I'm just going to have to use the stock flywheel, which has built-in magnets on the inside and this gear on the outside, which engages with the starter motor. So, all I really have to do to be able to have advanced timing is use this. This is an offset flywheel key. It's offset to by 8 degrees. I'll be putting links in the description below to where you guys can find all this stuff. So in case you guys are modding these engines out, it's easier for you guys to find this stuff. That's how you break them in. Alright, so I did change the gearing. I changed it to a 9-tooth sprocket to a 60-tooth sprocket. It was originally before a 10-tooth sprocket to a 52 or 53-tooth sprocket, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself in the edit. It is going to make it slower, but I want this thing to be a mainly off-road vehicle, so therefore it's going to be on the slower side. I'm trying to finish this thing, so therefore we can bring it to my local off-roading park. And we've been there before now, and now that we know that it's mainly like, you know, really steep climbing, it's like mild rock climbing, I need to gear this thing so therefore it can be able to get up those get up the hills and all that kind of stuff. So it is going to be on the slower side. I did buy a, let me show you this. It's actually behind here. I did buy, when I was in Pennsylvania collaborating with quad racers, I did buy this. This is a high-low forward and reverse gearbox. This is off a Polaris Trailblazer, I believe. I was originally planning on buying another one of these and putting 2 of them on here. Now, that would make it to where this machine would have high, low, and reverse. But then I realized, after I tried figuring out how I would install these, it would make it even more complicated. I would have to shift 2 different transmissions. I'd have to make sure they shift properly, and I'd have to make sure they shift together. One can't be in first, and while the other one's in second, or one of them's in neutral, and I don't know it. So I thought about doing it. I'm not going to do it just because, you know, it's 2 engines, it would need 2 transmissions, it would be so complicated. The shifting mechanism, the levers, and all that kind of stuff, then shifting this thing, it would make this so complicated. I'd love to do it. I'm not going to just because I don't want to overcomplicate this thing having 2 different shift levers. I'm not going to do that. So, now I was originally planning on taking this thing outside and showing you the new gearing and the new performance parts on these engines, showing you how much more power these things have. But something is in the way of me leaving the shop. Yeah, I can't move it. It's very heavy, and no matter what I do, it will not budge at all. So I guess this thing's stuck in here until I get that thing running and get it out of the way. That video of what that thing is and where I got it will be the next video I upload. Hopefully that'll be a Sunday. I'm going to try to upload this video that you're watching now on Friday, so that's why I'm trying to finish this video right now. Alright, so there was a couple more things I wanted to do in this video. I didn't have time. I did buy new rear tires for this. Bought them on Amazon. They haven't gotten here yet. I wanted to install them in this video. It's just they're not here yet. I'm still waiting on them, so I'll probably save that for the next video of this project. I was wanting to do everything that I wanted to do and get this thing completely ready to take this off-road. I wanted to do all that in this video. It's just I kind of ran out of time. Some stuff took a little longer than I thought it was going to take, and I bought something and it's kind of taking a lot of my time right now. So I need to finish this thing, and so therefore I can work on that video just because it's kind of really in my way, and I need to get it running so I can get it out of my way. So anyway, now I have to thank Go Power Sports for sending me all the parts I use for this project. Almost everything you see here. I'll be leaving links to all this stuff in the description below. Go check all that out. Also, follow me on Instagram, link in the description below to that, and also my Rather Be Welding merchandise. Go buy a t-shirt, hoodies, stickers, all that kind of stuff. Links in the description below to all that stuff. But yeah, I gotta end the video here. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I am pretty sure this is not the way to do this, but I don't care. But something is keeping me from getting this thing outside, out of my shop. Shed, whatever you want to call it. It's a shed. I know I call it a shop. It's a shed, you know. I work with what I have. Doesn't help that I'm sick, and it's like trying to talk right now. My throat hurts, so bear with me on that. I'm hopefully gonna get better soon, but right now my throat is killing me.